So I never really been wanting to do videos and really want to, be in the forefront or anything like that. But, you know, the severity of some of the things that's going on right now, has really got me to a point where I really want to speak up and start to, you know, just voice some of my concerns with things that I'm seeing. So, we're living in some pretty serious times right now. Um, ever since I was a child, I remember being in church and, being told about, some of the things that were to come as far as, the book of Revelation and different scriptures that, would tell you some of the signs of the times that we're living in. You know, one scripture in particular that sticks out right now was where the Apostle Paul was saying that we will live in a time where the heart of men will wax cold. And man, as I watched the video of the brother, being murdered by those police officers, that's the first thing I thought about, man. I mean, the look in his eyes was so cold, like he couldn't feel compassion towards another human being. And, those scriptures now is like they're coming alive now. It's not just words on a page. Another thing I always remember as a kid was, them talking about the coming of Jesus and saying that he would come back. And, they would say what were the signs of the times of his coming. And as I look at what the scriptures say, it would say that it, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. So as I did a little more study and research, and I'm looking into, well, man, what was going on in the days of Noah that would be similar to the times that we're living in right now. So as I, did a little more research and I'm looking, and I saw that in Noah's day, there was rebellion against the order of God, number one. Number two, also saw that as far as man's imagination and the way that they thought, God said that it was evil continuously. And the first thing that made me think about it in our times, it's almost to the point where every time you see church or you see God being represented on television, movies, it's just a joke. They make a joke out of things that are spiritual. And the church, they try to take the credence away from the church and the prophets, and, and every time you talk about the scriptures or faith, someone can bring up something negative to try to combat whatever the scriptures are saying. So, there is nothing negative in the scriptures, though. Everything in the scriptures is direction, and it's light, and it's helpful to understand the times that we're living in. Not to mention, also see there's a guy by the name of Bill Rush. He just presented to Congress a bill called, if I'm not mistaken, it's the HR 6666 bill. And if that's not indicative of what the scriptures have already been telling us, I don't know what is. So these are some serious times that we're living in. And, just paying attention and not being asleep will raise a lot of question marks. Well, where are we really? And what is the motivation for so many things that's being done right now? Just with this corona recently, and, having a lot of questions about how Bill Gates or some of the one percenters could all be on code with resigning all at the same time. Or 5 years ago at TED Talk, having a conference talking about should some pandemic or some type of virus, attack the planet, would we be ready? And, some of these things are kind of like the writing on the wall is right there if you really just open your eyes. So, it just leads me to ask the question, where are we going and what's in store for us going forward? And the best thing you can do is reflect on the scriptures. Get in your prayer closet. Begin to talk to God. If you have never done so, this is the time to do it. It's going to come a time where we won't have the luxuries that we have right now. And the reason why I know that's going to come is because I've had dreams. In these dreams, I saw mass hysteria. I'm talking people in the streets rioting, complete anarchy. And I saw where people were not able to afford their housing anymore. They were put out on the streets, and in a dream I had that was very vivid, there was a news anchor that was speaking, and they said that the price of rent, the market value of rent, it went up by 500% in a dream. And I saw people out on the streets everywhere. So, you know, some of these things that would, in my mind, show there would be some kind of economic collapse, maybe of mortgages and realty. So I'm not sure, you know, like I said, I only know in part. I know what I saw in a dream. Then I also saw dreams of fighting between races, groups of races and people targeting one another. So, you know, and it looked like that's already apparent. Looked like it's, you know, on the way, you know. So I pray against a lot of negativity. I pray against the bad things. I don't want those things to happen, but you know, it's just one of the tenets of reality. You have to deal with what is presented to you. You know, this bill I was talking about that's in Congress, the Trace Act, the HR 666 bill, I'm also noticing that they're laying the infrastructure to be able to take our rights into, little by little, get us to where we accept whatever they present to us. And that's going to be a big problem, as you already know. This vaccine that they're preparing right now, you know, they have a history of creating a problem and then coming back with a solution. And I've studied them. I mean, anywhere in the world where these elites or so-called 1%ers, you know, go, they'll use instability or create instability and then come back with a solution or an answer. So, you know, just be mindful of that. Keep your eyes open, you know, and you'll see some of these things, because like they say, hindsight is 20/20. If you can look and just see what we were warned about in the past and now look and see what's going on right now, you know, I say that's even better, you know, than hindsight, you know, because we're getting to see this stuff in real time. And it's like the hands behind the scenes that are working on creating a new society or this new world order they've been talking about, they're blatant right now. They're not hiding their hand anymore. You know, they're exposing themselves, and they feel like they got to a point to where we just have to accept whatever they present to us. You know, but, you know, I just wanted to make this video just to let people know that, you know, the signs of the times are obvious right now. The things that we've been told were coming are here. And the way they're going about it is very manipulative and also very calculated as well. So, you know, I don't want any of my people to fall victim. Get in your prayer closets, begin to call on the name of the Lord. Also fast. Do these things because, you know, when you build your connection with God and you build it stronger and stronger, no matter what the wiles of the devils do or how they present themselves, they won't be able to break you. I'm going to leave you with one scripture. It said that God would lift up a standard against your enemy whenever they come in like a flood. And I'm saying that because right now, you know, if you're not connected to God, you're not connected to the Most High, that would be the biggest mistake you can make. You know, you can't lean to your own understanding. You lean to your own understanding, you know, you can't properly diagnose the things that's going on around you. You know, your knowledge is only but so much. It's limited. But the knowledge and the wisdom of God, there's no limit to it. And when you're connected to him as your source, you'll be able to see things that the natural eye cannot see. And you'll be able to hear things that the natural ear cannot hear. So get plugged in and you know, prepare yourself, stock rations, food, whatever you think that you're going to need, because you know, I think that we've arrived. And you know, I just wish everybody the best, and I'll talk to y'all soon.